Ankit Chhabra is a co-founder and a co-team member of Sanjhi Sikhiya, which is an organization founded in 2018 with a 30-year commitment to address the poly crisis in Punjab. Things like drug abuse, youth migration, unemployment, and a failing education system. That, you'll agree, is a very tall order. But talking to him, I feel that he has a good mix of skills and an unshakable commitment and a heartfelt, deeply thought out philosophy that sees the world as a living system which has many interacting parts, and these constantly learn and change. And there is a deep knowing that these interactions cannot be centrally controlled and that they must be structured to find their own solutions from the bottom up. I am excited to follow the progress of Sanjhi Sikhiya during the 23 odd years left of their 30-year commitment to the people of Punjab. Have a listen and please do like and subscribe. It would be a great help. Hello, 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 guys. Welcome to the podcast Theatre of Joy. I'm so excited to present to you Ankit Chhabra. Ankit has done things that not many people were able to do, at least not in my knowledge. He's worked in Punjab, and Punjab was an area where the general knowing or know-how was that Punjab mein kuch nahi chalta. The NGOs, the voluntary workers, the people were all saying, no, not Punjab. Punjab, you can't make anything work. But Ankit has been working for 7 years, Ankit, in Punjab. And I'll just stop myself and let Ankit tell you about what he's doing. But before that, I have to express my gratitude, deep felt gratitude for what Ankit is doing. What many people like me were all dreaming should happen and were wanting to do. And there were failed attempts, there was, hits and misses. And now Ankit is there. So grateful, very grateful, Ankit. It's like a dream come true that you're working in Punjab and you're doing what you're doing. And thank you so much. And now do tell the viewers what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you, Harleen. I must begin by admitting it's not very comfortable for me sitting here, but your very joyous presence and such a lovely setting that you have created here, just by being who you are, is so amazing and so inspiring.
And
So,
you're being
thank
who
you.
you are. And that's important. No, in today's world,
Yeah,
we have to just be who we are.
yeah.
And not
Who else can you afford to be? No, yeah.
people are trying to afford to be pleasing others, pleasing the powers that be, pleasing the parents or their friends. But Ankit, you finally, I've sort of, but you will tell us about your journey. And I'm so excited because Ankit has played around in the corporates, with startups, with a lot of different things, and finally found what he really, really wanted to do. And I'm so grateful for that.
Thank you. I don't know where to begin, but just what's coming for me right now, what's alive for me. 2-3 things. First is I have just only followed my heart. Right? I can't remember a time when I did something that I didn't want to do. Even as a very young kid.
Yes.
I would fight, I would cry, but I would have my way. Looking back now, I realize, I would not do it that way. I was quite a rebel young person as well. Even in college, I would take the path less taken. And to this date, I like to do what I do. But of course, as I'm growing, I'm learning. It's important to also listen to others and walk with them. But listening to your heart is still the most important.
It is. So there's a rebel and there's a renegade. A rebel wastes a lot of time, which we did in our youth. just being against things and, struggling and fighting. But a renegade just walks on, does what he or she wants to,
Yeah.
and doesn't waste energy and time in. So you're a renegade.
Thank you. I hope I'm becoming one. And the second thing that's coming to my mind is I was just fresh out of college, and did one thing, didn't like, did another thing, didn't like, did third thing, didn't like, and I was like, wait, yeah, something is not right about this. I am not liking anything that I'm doing. You go to a college and you're pressurized to find a career. You run fast because your friends are ahead of the curve, and then you know where you want to get to in 20 years, and you've already wasted 2 years. So those kinds of thoughts, and like something is wrong here. Something is not working out with me. I missed out some important lessons in life. So I started calling some of my good friends from college. I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling very happy in what I'm doing in my life. Like, yeah, Ankit, you're right. I'm also not feeling very happy. I said, but you didn't share it with me till the time I asked. But it's like, what to do? This is life now. I call up another person, similar conversation. I'm not so happy. How you feeling? Ankit, I'm also not so happy, but you know what? These are the constraints. And I'm like, why are people putting up with this? Where's the joy in life, right? This is not supposed to be, this wasn't what was promised. One. Second, I realized that I really loved learning. I had finished college. Technically, the education was over, but I'd probably picked up a non-fiction book, a book outside my coursework after college. I wasn't into much reading till then, but once I would pick up a book, within a week I would have finished. Then I'm like, which is the next one, third one, fourth one, and whatever I was earning, I would at least keep a part of my income for buying books. And I loved reading. And that's when I realized the whole of education system, which doesn't work for most people, very luckily worked for me.
Oh, good.
Because even in school, I would get new books in March, April, that's when the new session begins. And then you have summer vacations in June. Sometimes you go to some relatives to, enjoy with family. But then most of the time you're at home and you're spending time. My friends would dread homework. But I would have just finished. I know this thing will come in later part of the year, but let me just do it right now.
I've been there.
Yeah. So
you're excited when the new books come.
Yeah, exactly. The English books, the story books, maths books.
Yes.
I would go and tell my teachers, Ma'am, I've read this. He's like, how did you learn? I said, Ma'am, it's written here how to do it. I've read it. I've learned. I know how to do now. And I realized that it's a rare gift.
It's a rare gift.
And as I said, I got very lucky with that one because our education system kills curiosity. Yes. But somehow my learning style matched with this very flawed system. And I'm very grateful for this gift that I've received. I still continue to learn. I still continue to delve into many new things. And I do whatever that keeps
So
me
your
happy.
push to read one book after the other led you to try one job after the other, one occupation after the other.
Yeah.
And finally, hopefully, you've landed in something that...
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But yeah, this knowing what you said is like this is also going to lead you to learning because you're a learner, right? And you learn from each experience and then you will take it forward.
Absolutely.
That shows me that the organization will never maybe just stagnate because you're a learner.
Yeah.
And you're curious.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So tell us where you finally landed. I am actually nowadays fascinated by people who leave, corporate jobs, engineering, medical, whatever your parents say is good to do, whatever your friends are doing, and who move on to leaving the city, going and working in what they call the social sector. And there are so many people I'm coming across who have done that. And it's really amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And your journey is so fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know about being in the social sector
Yeah, I know. I
because
know.
I officially tried to like retire from it like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, I like I said, just follow your heart. One, and second thing, I think there's a very deep instinct to serve. Um, I think it's a very flawed idea to build a career in social sector, which I believe lots of people are doing. I can say it on camera, on record, that there's a very large institution in the world called the World Bank. Their job is to, their stated purpose is to, solve for poverty. Yeah. But and they've existed for so many years, and I think poverty has only increased.
Yeah.
But it has really made careers of many people. And I think it's a very flawed idea that we have created. Until unless you really approach the world and your work as service, no matter what you're doing,
Yes.
whether you're in education, whether you're working in a private school or a government school, you're an administrator or you are serving in the school in any other role, or you're working in a corporate, or you're working in as an independent professional, you're serving the society. You just do your role to the best ability that you can. I think that's enough. We all have grand ideas that, you know what, I'm earning, and here is this person who sacrificed something to do something great that I cannot do. I think it's just creating lots of misconceptions, and that's not how the world works.
Well,
Yeah.
the world works. We have ideas.
World
I mean,
works, yeah.
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Let's say if we want to make it work, then
Exactly.
there are the ideas. And I like the idea that you didn't say it, but staying in possibilities
Staying in
rather than
possibilities.
working from problems.
Yeah. I have, I think one big career, turning point for me was, I knew that, okay, the world, it's a very big world. I can't do everything, no matter how curious I can be about it. I have to pick my domain. Thankfully early on I started liking philosophy, but but I also have a very strong action bias. कुछ करना भी है,
सिर्फ दिमाग में नहीं रहना.
हाँ, सिर्फ दिमाग में नहीं रहना, बट सोचना भी अच्छे से है. And then, as I said, nothing in life is an accident. So whether it's my growing up in the home I grew up in, I would say not such a great childhood, but I would not say, oh, I would not want it like that. No, I received lots of it from there as well. Then going to an engineering college, and then discovering my love for learning. All of this came together in saying that, okay, I really want to understand how systems work. My training in engineering helped me understand the world from a lens of mathematics, a lens of science. There's something called nonlinear dynamics, which I discovered in my master's. And I was like, wow, this is such a beautiful framework. Yeah, and I said, but why are we just using it to create structures? I can use it to change the world. That was my naive thinking at that time.
No, was it naive?
But I really fell in love with nonlinear dynamics. And then realizing my love for learning, I was like, but why are people around not so curious? I remember I would go on trains and I would be having books, reading books, and 3-hour journey, 4-hour journey, or like as long as it, and just reading book. And I'm like, wait, is there anyone else who's reading a book here? What's happening to people?
Yeah.
At that time, phones weren't there. They were hard. I don't think smartphones existed at then. So people were not wasting time scrolling, right? But I was like, what are they doing? Now at least you can complain they are wasting time. But I was like, what are you doing? So my love for learning found no match. I was like, why are people not discovering this joy of learning? That was my second big discontentment, I can say. And of course, at some point, I realized there's a lot of suffering in the world, a lot of it. There's a huge gap between the haves and the have-nots. A lot of resources are being wasted because of our flawed systems and structures. lot of historical inequities that India has, the world has. So I wanted to, I realized somehow that people coming together, discovering the joy of connection, discovering the joy of learning is probably the only antidote to suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the discovering joy is very important, and our education system, this is the first thing education system kills.
I think one big reason for all the suffering is childhood trauma, which we get in our schools and the teachers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really.
If my friends ask, no, which school you want to, we should, you work in education, Ankit, which school we should send our children to? I would really would like,
I
you know, I
think,
have, I have a very hard time answering
They're
that question.
prisons.
Yeah. I mean, in the heart of my heart, I would say, you know what, just skip it.
Yeah,
Don't
if
send
you
to
can,
school. Yeah.
you can.
If it's an 18-year-old person who comes to me, lots of young people come. Sometimes their parents come saying, you know, Ankit, like friends, mostly friends. I'm like, you know, okay, you understand some bits about education. Please suggest a career path. You know, if it's an 18-year-old brother, I said, you know, the kind of money you will spend on a 4-year degree, please give it to him right now, him or her right now, and let them decide. They're 18.
The worst question you can be asked as a child is, बड़े होके क्या बनोगे? But तुम already
And the
हो,
worst answer that
already
is-
बने हुए हो. What do you mean बनोगे?
The worst answer that is taught is, बड़े होके बड़ा आदमी बनूंगा. Come on.
नहीं, I went one place in Punjab. I felt so sorry. There were about 50 kids. Each one of them said, सरकारी नौकरी करना है.
Yeah, this still exists quite
My
a lot.
goodness.
Yeah. And so yeah, these 2-3 things together, I said, you know, if education system is a place where the experience of joy, the discovery of joy is very structurally killed, that's where I want to intervene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my philosophy, my curiosity led me to 2-3 questions, very basic questions, but I don't think it can be ever answered. Everyone has to discover and rediscover for themselves. How does learning happen? There's a there's a neuroscience perspective to it. There's a pedagogical perspective to it. There's a biological perspective to it. There's a psychological perspective to it. You can just keep going on. And now there's a spiritual perspective to it. But you still have to discover it for yourself. How does learning happen?
Which you actually already do when you're a little child.
Yeah.
Because how do you learn? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
But you learn.
Yeah. Now, parents and teachers these days are so caught up in content. ये सिखाना है, वो सिखाना है, ये आ जाए, वो आ जाए. But you know, who is this person who's wishing to learn? What is the mind of this person seeking? What are the gifts this person has brought to the world? And then
Or is this person allowed to play?
yeah.
Kids are not allowed to play.
Yeah. And why is play separate from learning?
Yeah. Play, learning is play.
Yes.
Play is learning.
Yeah. So I think this kind of questions, these kind of quest brought me to where I am. I can nowhere claim I'm doing something great. I'm still learning and figuring it out.
Just surviving in Punjab is great.
Yeah. But there's a huge belief that I'm not alone in this, or my discontentment is not limited. Like you are there, you know. I met my partner Apurva, and many other friends, you know, who have been part on this. My co-founders, my colleagues, and now we are working with so many educators. So many people share their discontentment. Like I said, I once made phone calls to my friends, like simply asking, "Yeah, I'm not feeling so happy. Are you feeling happy?" Right? It's just like we never ask these questions.
Yeah, we are supposed to be grateful, be happy कि अच्छी नौकरी है, बच्चे पैदा हो गए, wife है.
Yeah. So in my discontentment, I'm not alone. There are many other people.
Yeah.
Once we join hands, we will figure it out. That's the
I'm
belief.
sure.
Yeah.
Just they need someone strong enough to go and with a strong enough desire to go and
And just talk openly, talk authentically, speak your heart out, and listen to each other. That's it.
And of course, you will fall on your knees many times, but you just have to get up.
Yeah.
So tell us about your what's happening in Sanjhi Sikhiya.
What's happening in Sanjhi Sikhiya? Yeah. We've just completed 7 years. And uh, we are in a very reflective mode these days. Somehow that this milestone that will be 10 very soon, a blink of an eye when we will have completed 10 years. So we are in that kind of, partly it's, some kind of pressure we're building on ourselves, but partly it's also this genuine ki yaar, what milestone hai, chalo thoda sa aur kar lete hain, hai na? It's actually giving a new kind of excitement, of start, like kind of the excitement you get of starting up all over again. Saying अच्छा इतना cover कर लिया, 3 साल और हैं, इसको इकट्ठा लेके कैसे कहाँ तक पहुँच सकते हैं. So at Sanjhi Sikhiya, we are in this reflective journey right now. Is where do we want to reach when we would have completed 10 years? And by now we have learned quite a bit. We have learned what are the challenges, needs, and objectives of young people in Punjab. We've understood the boons and the banes of working with government, as power and authority as grand as a state, the Punjab government mostly, yeah. And we've also learned the some ins and outs of community building and so on. So we just want to continue doing this, build a model, and showcase that, and more than showcase, like develop more facilitators in the system, and develop more proof points that other people can learn using. We say that there are three kinds of three very different things can come together. One is data, second is leadership and facilitation, and third is media and storytelling. Yeah, and bringing these three together can create that magic that Punjab needs, because right now all the policy making, not just in education, is very reactive. We have the data, yeah, but and even if you don't have hard data, you go and talk to people. Come on, like either people will tell you what's been going on the last 10 years. So you have data, but somehow we don't want to look at that. Okay, now that you have data, there are also people who are like champions of change. Like I said, they are, all they lack is sometimes a platform, sometimes something as basic as how to bring people together, which is facilitation. There are people who are ready with their own will, power, and resources, and there are still people who are doing it. The young sarpanches all over Punjab, young teachers all over Punjab. Some teachers have been doing for 2-3 decades, but we don't know their stories. Yeah. So we all know Punjab chitta bahut chalda hai. Punjab ch inne eh karta, unne oh karta. But how many stories we know of people who have been very quietly
Actually doing their
things
thing
in Punjab?
I think teachers, especially government school teachers and small school, they are so brilliant as a community all over the world actually. But the amount they do, and they're so creative, and everybody actually just yells at teachers. But just, I mean, how to make a school beautiful and,
The worst thing you can do to any human being is to take their autonomy away. Saying, I will tell you what you must do.
वो तो है, बेचारे, they deal with that too.
And when you take the autonomy of a teacher away, you're also affecting 50 other lives that the teacher touches every day.
Like my favorite thing is that you have to keep teachers in cotton wool. Like really coddled because they are with their kids.
There's so many beautiful stories of actually teachers in Punjab.
Yes, I know.
I think just yesterday I was in there was a cluster games going on. Primary school children, age 5 to 10, all get all together, and very beautiful, curious and innocent faces, smiling faces, joyful faces, and the teachers have also come, and you must see how the kind of relationship they have with the teachers, but we don't celebrate that.
We just look at the bad thing, and then we don't even go into the possibilities. ये है, we have this richness. Now what we can do? नहीं तो उनको दबाने में, करने में.
And I think we have, like in the who's sitting on the dais, was very symbolic. So there is some 100 odd children from 10 different villages on a playing field, and then their teachers have of course accompanied them, and then there's a dais. On the dais, they're all government functionaries. some elected representatives, some administrators, some education officers, but all teachers are on the side. You take care of the children, while we mostly men will do the speaking and talking, and who's the audience? The children, as if they really bother what's being said or not said. It's very symbolic.
No, but one thing I've heard about your organization is that mostly there are women doing these things.
Yeah,
Because they are, but you have a lot of men in your organization,
Yeah, in fact, it's very interesting. Our current cohort, the 7th cohort, is mostly women. Sometimes my team members complain also that what's happening. But I said, maybe if this is happening, maybe it's your time for you to learn how gender biases play out for you. But yes, our team is quite mixed, I would say. But in Punjab, it's very interestingly, it's the young women who are taking charge.
Everywhere. But I was interested to know that your core team is men.
Core team is it's dynamic. It's changing. But yeah, there are. But now, because I think it's also some of our young team members have gone on to maternity leaves, and also because it's just hard to find talent in Punjab. So lots of team members come from outside as well.
Yeah, and unless a lot of other people decide not to do the corporate thing and come and lend their skills and their education to this work.
Yeah, I think skills is a very important part. Thank you for raising that, because I keep saying this when somebody asks us, "What's the work you do, and why is your work important?" I sometimes give them an example saying, "You don't seem to be asked this to a person who's working in a corporate. Saying, why is your work important? That person is definitely adding some value, and those skills are more valuable when we say, okay, we bring the community together. We invest in the leadership development of young people. I think the skills required to do this kind of work are not taught in any college. These are not part of any course.
Yeah.
These are mostly learnt on the job. And so we as an organization, or generally the people who do this kind of work, you're getting and we have to do double the investment.
Yeah.
First is doing the work that's actually required, and to develop people who can actually do this work.
That's
and
the thing.
And the struggle is to how can both of this can happen simultaneously. So it's going to be painfully slow, full of learnings.
But I have been really amazed that in the flood situation, that so many people have come up and tried to help each other and the community, and that's Punjab for you.
That's Punjab for us. In fact, this point came up quite a lot. Like, ਜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ 'ਚ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ look for it at any point, any disaster.
I know.
Yeah, it's not just for this floods, the 23 floods, and then the farmers' protest. Disaster situations generally bring out the best in people.
And they have the skills.
They have the skills
to get around, to find food, to find community help, to go and do it.
It's an institution of langar in Punjab.
Yeah.
Which because see, you can sleep anywhere. If it's cold, okay, you can get some koi rajaiyan gadde le aake, or you can use that. But there's no solution to hunger. And cooking is a activity which requires you to come together, cooperate, and have systems in place.
And everybody's done it one time or the other.
Exactly. So the institution of langar, which ensures there's an infrastructure in place, really allows Punjab to, it's like the backbone of Punjab, I can say. It keeps Punjab going.
Yeah.
But there are two things here. One, with climate change, the disaster events that the Punjab is facing have been increasing.
Yeah.
In the last 25 years, there have been 3 to 4 instances of floods and 5 to 6 instances of severe water shortage. It's only going to increase. So it's basically once every 3 years. The average is this. So yes,
it's going to
increase. Yes, we are great in dealing with disaster situation, but Punjabis are not very great planners. If required, we will pura jaan la ke we will save the situation. but what does it mean to, create the vision of Punjab that we wish to have? Because we haven't had that imagination in the last 25 years, that's why we are here. Imagine a society where young people are leaving. That society, it basically means a generation before has failed them. If it takes a village to raise a child, it takes so many systems for a young person to thrive. If young people are leaving, I think it's a failure of imagination of generation.
Or if young people are, we can say, jobless.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, in a society where the young people are not finding things to do,
Yeah.
on their own.
I find it very bizarre, So let's say if in a class 1, which is a 5-year-old, is not learning, and teacher says, oh, this fellow is a slow learner. Now tell me, a 5-year-old not learning, can you really blame a child, or you'll ask question to the teacher? It's a teacher who has to learn how to teach.
Everybody downloads on the child.
Yeah. Now the same
Iski
way.
galti hai.
Now the same way when an 18-year-old says ki job nahi lag rahi, you don't blame the 18-year-old ki tu nahi changi tarah padya and all that. All the systems around, the system of higher education, the system of internships and jobs, the support system a young person gets through friends and peers and mentors, it's just non-existent in Punjab. Yeah. So,
And elsewhere.
I mean, I can only speak for Punjab.
Yeah.
But we still maintain optimism. That's the beauty of Punjab.
Yes. And I mean, okay, so we haven't gone the details of what is happening in Sanjhi Sikhiya. Very quickly?
Very quickly, yes. In Sanjhi Sikhiya, our work is at 3 levels. They're not like hierarchical. The 3, we do 3 things simultaneously, imagining that this is what can bring about a long-term sustainable change. First, we invest in the leadership of young people. We say if people like me, I started with Sanjhi Sikhiya when I was 30, but I didn't wake up at 29 and a half and said, that's what I'm going to do. My training started probably 10, 15 years before that. Yeah. So you find young people early, invest in their leadership, invest in their growth, and provide them a supporting system. So that's our Punjab Youth Leadership Program. So far, we have completed 5 batches, 6 and 7 are ongoing. But what do young people do? They need they need action. They need a field for action. So what do? We send them to villages in Punjab. Now, what do we do in villages in Punjab? There are host of issues. So we do 2 things. One, we say that we bring the community into the schools, because schools are an institution of the village. Pind da school, pind da man. They are not isolated, separate from the village. So can you bring the community into the school? Je Gram Sabha nahi hundi, which is a congregation of the panchayat and the members of the village. Jo nahi hundi, to Gram Sikhiya Sabha karange aap. Where we only talk about the issues of the school. And so that's the first part. To improve the governance of the school, these young people bring the school, the community, the panchayat, the parents, the SMC members together and facilitate this process and handhold it through the thing. The second level, the first level is the Punjab Youth Leadership Program. Second is the governance of the schools. And the third is the actual learning in the classrooms. For that, again, you bring teachers from 10 schools together. Now, 10 schools would be maybe within a 5-kilometer, 10-kilometer radius. Not much. In a village, it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes of drive. But imagine these teachers hardly meet. Even if they meet in government trainings where they are always given one-sided input. Don't really get to connect. Yeah. And there are single teacher schools. And so these teachers don't get a community.
And there are so many schools that only run on paper. Where neither children nor teachers. And there is an application. I mean, I've been through Punjab to lots of schools. There's an application saying that I want a leave application, and there's maybe one teacher. Sometimes not even that.
Exactly. There are teacherless schools in Punjab.
That must be a huge challenge, because it's not only just about getting the community together.
This is just a misnomer, no? A teacherless school. How can that exist?
No, there is, the school doesn't exist. It's just on paper.
Yeah.
And also there is this weird phenomena of, I call it weird, but it seems to be where the teacher who has been appointed by the government
Yeah.
is actually not nowhere near. He's got another girl from the village who is being paid about 3-4 rupees and who is filling in
Yeah.
for the teacher who takes his 1.5 lakh rupees ki tankha and just
I
goes
can
out.
share that. See, those kind of administrative issues have been solved. Those kind. So teacher absenteeism is no longer an issue.
It isn't. I am talking of what I experienced old times.
We know the stories कि जो teacher आके अपने sweater बुनदा पिया है ते बच्चे बैठे हैं ना.
But yeah.
Those kind of now the problem is other kind.
Acha.
I mean, it's not
Happy to hear that.
It's not black and white. That black and white though. But if you want to talk to teachers, they will say we don't get time to teach because
they have to do this. They have to
so
do that.
much of data reporting work. So how do you stop somebody from not evading their duty? You know, from to ensure that they show up, you get them filled a lot of data. Only that's how you can maintain control. So teachers have lots of complaints saying we have been reduced to some administrative.
Also, they are volunteered for a lot of government projects.
Yeah,
also.
exactly. So, teachers don't really get time on academic stuff matters, and that's why we say, okay, we get your complaint. You know, can for once for 3 hours in a month, can we come together?
Yeah, because if you don't come together, then you can't even start to sort these things.
Yeah, and that's the work we do. So these young people investing in their own leadership, investing in the leadership of the community, investing in the leadership of these teachers. And at all three levels, the question is the same. How can you improve the levels of trust, care, and responsibility in the system? I trust you. I trust you to be able to share what I'm feeling. I trust you to be able to give me good suggestions and advice, and we can build upon it together.
And you're right, you know, the teachers want to do better. It's so fragmenting. They know कि अब हमारे बच्चे हैं, हमारे whatever.
Tell me one thing. Isn't it human to say कि okay, there's a 5-year-old child. Imagine a 5-year-old child. Tell me one person who says मैं इंदा बुरा करना. You just can't. Our biology is not wired like that. Nobody says. In fact, this is one important reason.
Especially in Punjab.
Yeah.
I mean, in New York, you can say there's a, psychotic people.
Exceptions are there. But I think people don't even do politics in the name of 5-year-olds. No matter what differences they have, that's why our Gram Sikhiya Sabhas actually work. Because we say, apne pind de bachchiyan li aao. Even if they have complaints saying Punjabiyan de bachche nahi padde, Parvasiyan de bachche padde, but they still come. Because bachche padde. You know, I had it, and that's why there's an apathy towards young people. Because we don't feel that kind of connection that we feel for children, for young people. We are not coming together for young people saying we must, do something for our young.
And that's why such programs will eventually work.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the difficulties, with all the things like, the powers that be actually coming in between.
I think it's a force of service. You be in service. You believe in it. Stick around for long term. With
trust.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. I feel the force of nature is such that sooner or later things will fall in place. The world doesn't. Life doesn't deteriorate like this. Life is resilient. You just have to be in service of it.
And people like you who have, walked out of a lot and cities and so-called good life, right? This is what probably holds you up. The trust that there's going to be a better future, which all of us are actually very despondent about. Many of us are despondent about nowadays.
I think as soon as as soon as they lose their imagination, there's hope. There's a great space for hope. and there's a great space for imagination. You know, as soon as you lose
That's
even one
well
of
put,
them,
yes.
as soon as you lose even one of them, what's the point of doing anything?
What's the point of doing anything?
Yeah, even people who keep accumulating lots of money, they have some hope for themselves. They have some imagination for themselves, whatever it is.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I think when I think of Punjab, when I think of our work we do with our children, young people, and teachers, I have great hope and I have grand
Yeah,
imaginations.
because down below, when you're working one-on-one with people,
Yeah,
there is beauty.
there is a lot of beauty.
There's a lot of beauty.
Yeah,
ऊपर से कहीं YouTube चैनल से देखो कि ये तो ये गड़बड़ हो रही है, वो गड़बड़ हो रही है, and
social media is a very skewed
very
way of
skewed,
making sense
yeah.
of the world.
Yeah.
I just came from a 2-day road trip to Punjab, like 1.5. Yesterday morning at 5 a.m. we started. I just came back at 1 at home, and like just going from village to village, meeting people, meeting all kinds of people, very diverse people who generally would not meet each other. But we went to all of them to connect, understand, ask curious questions. We learned so much, you know, and you find these people online. How can you get their perspectives? How can you get any learnings? Yeah.
You have to, I mean, the yatras have to
Yatras,
happen.
yes. And in fact, I must acknowledge you for that because one of the first times that I met you, I don't know, you shared or Sukhmani shared about the yatras you did in the
Yes.
late 80s.
The kafla.
Kaflas, all late 80s that you did all over Punjab. And now you're telling me that, you know, I mean, you're talking to me as if I'm doing something grand in Punjab. You've been generations before us.
Yeah, I mean, like whatever. But okay, so now, yeah, thank you for that. I mean, I should receive that. No, yeah, I know, and that's why I look at you with such hope and such pleasure.
Yeah, and
that you know, the work is kind of continuing.
Yes. And I'm saying we stand on the shoulders of giants.
But yeah, I mean, Balpreet Milni Kafla was amazing. And now sometimes when we sit and talk about it, we think, did it really happen?
Yeah.
Those times, but yes. Yes. And how do you see, I'm not saying only 10 years, how do you see this panning out? What
At Sanjhi Sikhiya? Yeah. I really believe in the power of values of Guru Nanak.
My favorite.
Yeah. I see, you know, Guru Nanak did what we're trying to do some 550 years ago.
Yeah. And it's not about religion. It's not about being.
Definitely not about it.
It's just about this great man.
Yeah. And you know, he already chalked the path for us. We just have to walk it. And if I say, Nanak said 3 things now. Kirt karo, naam japo, vand chako, kirt karo. Yeah.
Vand chako we seem to have forgotten.
Yeah. I used to do this. I still do this program called Joy of Learning, where, you know, I was doing it. I really didn't know what's happening because it seemed to be working very well with young people. And but I was like, wait, one, where is it coming from within me? One, and second, it doesn't seem like something I have devised. I think I've read it somewhere. I've picked it up from my learning somewhere, and that's when it hit me. It's actually Guru Nanak's path. Look within. We say first is look within.
Chaddi kala.
Look first. We say is look within. Connect with yourself. Understand your feelings. Understand your emotions. You know, Naam Japo begins with that. No? You know, whatever is the power, the nature you wish to connect, just begin by looking inside. Second is make friends. If one shako is share and care, the precondition for that is we have a friendship. I'm not othering you. I'm not disconnected from you
today.
Yeah. So Naam Japo is look within. One Shako is make friends. And Kirt Karo is take responsibility. Take responsibility for
Do your bit.
Do your bit. Exactly. Do your bit for something greater than yourself. You know, we all do our bit for our homes. We all do our bits for ourselves. Little bit more than that. Bar gand na pao. I'm not talking grand things. Leave your careers and no. Bas kisve ka samne kooda na sutto. Don't waste water. Yeah, or if you find somebody is in pain, see what you can do
Yeah.
to your best ability. That's it. Very basic. Yeah. And I'm saying that's Nanak's path. And I see ourselves doing more of this, continuing to do this more of it, and enabling more people to really understand the essence of it. More young people learning to grow as facilitators, where they're able to facilitate this process with others. More educators learning to bring it into the classrooms. More administrators, young sarpanches really understand when I'm looking after the village governance, what am I doing? I'm actually following this Nanak's 3 principles in action.
Yeah.
What kind of administrator I am?
Very solid foundation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I believe you don't have to do much hard work in Punjab. You just have to walk the same path that's already there, and it's already happening. People are already doing. We just come together and we celebrate.
Yeah. And help them with skills that they might not have themselves. Oh my goodness, such a wonderful conversation. I actually have more faith in humanity now after talking to you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. And may your work be blessed.
Yeah.
May it expand.
Yeah.
May it बदो फुलो जिसे कहते हैं.
Yes, and may your joyful presence continues to spread smiles everywhere.
Smiles are easy. Thank you so much, Ankit.
Thank you, Harleen.
It was
Thank you
wonderful
so
talking to you. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, great. Wow, what a conversation.